Hi, I'm John Spruce, and today I'm with Adam Scoot. We're both consultants working in the defense industry. It's great to be here today, talking about one of the most exciting and, well, let's be honest, slightly terrifying topics of our time, artificial intelligence in defense.
So, as consultants, we're concerned with the future of global defence from a UK perspective and how AI fits into those future plans. Welcome to our talk today, Defence in the Age of AI, Security, Ethics and the Future of Warfare.
Thanks, Adam. Modern warfare is no longer confined to physical battlefields. The rapid evolution of artificial intelligence has ushered in a new era of conflict, one fought in cyberspace through information manipulation and via autonomous systems. From AI-powered cyber attacks to AI-driven misinformation campaigns, adversaries are leveraging these technologies to destabilize nations, influence public perception, and compromise critical infrastructure.
We're going to delve into the implications of AI in information warfare. We are going to explore how AI is shaping cyber defense, intelligence gathering, and national security, while also exposing vulnerabilities that hostile actors could exploit. We're going to use insights drawn from real-world conflicts and cutting-edge AI developments, and the discussion will highlight the urgent need for the UK to stay ahead in AI-driven defence strategies.
The key question remains, how can the UK and its allies defend against AI-enabled cyber threats and information warfare while ensuring ethical and responsible AI deployment in military operations? The answers lie in a few areas: strategic AI adoption, international collaboration, and robust cybersecurity measures before the digital space becomes the next battlefield of conflict.
The battlefield is no longer just physical. AI is shifting modern warfare into the digital domain, where cyber attacks and AI-driven misinformation campaigns are just as dangerous as missiles and tanks. The UK's national security depends on staying ahead in AI-powered cybersecurity and intelligence gathering.
The integration of AI into defense strategies is not just a matter of efficiency, it's a necessity. The speed, precision, and scale at which AI operates makes it a formidable force in both cyber defense and information warfare. The UK must ensure that it stays at the forefront of AI-driven security measures to counteract emerging threats. The adversaries we face today are not just human actors, but also autonomous AI-driven cyber threats that operate continuously, evolving with each attack cycle.
This is where AI's role in autonomous decision-making, automated threat detection, and real-time intelligence analysis becomes crucial. Traditional cyber defense strategies are too slow to react to AI-powered attacks, which could breach networks in seconds. The use of AI for proactive cyber defense and countermeasures, it's no longer optional. AI's ability to detect anomalies in vast data streams and respond autonomously gives it an edge over conventional security measures. So what's the future of defense networks? AI is revolutionizing cyber defense by detecting and countering cyber threats in real time. Traditional cybersec systems rely on predefined threat signatures, but AI-driven models can identify anomalies and unknown attack vectors before they escalate into full-scale breaches.
Models out there, such as CNNs or convolutional neural networks, a type of artificial neural network that analyzes and classifies. There are many deep learning videos. There are others like the LSTM architecture, long short-term memory. This is a type of network that has a temporal aspect to it, so it can look at sequential data such as text and speech and recognize patterns and analyze those patterns based over a time basis. The UK's National Cybersecurity Centre has been actively working with these types of technologies and AI-driven cybersecurity firms to enhance the national digital defences. AI can perform behavioral analysis on this network traffic, identifying patterns which indicate cyber attacks, including zero-day exploits.
AI can process billions of data points from government, military, and intelligence sources to detect cyber threats. Neural networks trained on vast data sets could identify evolving attack strategies adapting in real time. These models integrate with automated SOAR, or security orchestration, automation and response systems, to trigger immediate countermeasures when anomalies are detected.
Take, for instance, the US Department of Defense's Project Maven. This initiative employs AI to analyze vast amounts of surveillance footage, identifying potential threats with unprecedented speed and accuracy. Similar AI-enhanced threat detection can also be deployed in cybersecurity. AI-driven intrusion detection systems, combined with generative adversarial networks, can simulate potential attack patterns, strengthening cyber defenses proactively.
So AI-powered deception technology, such as honeypots and decoy networks, are being used to lure bad actors into controlled environments, and this allows defence systems to study their tactics in real time. The UK must invest in AI-driven deception strategies to outmaneuver attackers before they penetrate critical systems.
Another crucial development is federated learning in cybersecurity. Unlike traditional models that require centralized data processing, federated learning allows multiple systems to collaborate on training AI models without having to share sensitive data. Now, this is essential for NATO and allied intelligence sharing networks to enhance cybersecurity while maintaining confidentiality.
So let's take a look at information warfare and AI manipulation. So AI isn't just a defensive tool, we've talked about that quite a lot, but it's also being weaponized for disinformation and propaganda. Deepfake technology and AI-generated social media bots have already been used in elections and military conflicts to manipulate public perception. The sophistication of AI-generated content is increasing, making it harder for the public and even intelligence agencies to distinguish between what is real and what is synthetic information.
Exactly. The Russia-Ukraine conflict provided a stark example of AI-powered misinformation, influencing both domestic and international audiences. AI-driven media campaigns flooded social networks with false narratives, and they're using natural language processing, or NLP, to generate tailored disinformation that adapts to the audience's sentiment. I mean, this AI generated content is now almost indistinguishable from human created news, making fact checking even more difficult.
China is also investing heavily in AI-driven cognitive warfare. This involves AI-driven psychological operations, or PSYOPs, that utilize sentiment analysis to measure public reactions in real time. AI algorithms dynamically adjust propaganda messaging based on audience engagement, increasing the efficiency of influence campaigns.
And that's quite scary. The implications are quite profound as well. AI-powered influence operations are now a fundamental aspect of hybrid warfare. We've seen bad actors use AI-enhanced bots capable of generating millions of social media posts daily, spreading false narratives at an unprecedented scale. Adversarial AI is also leveraging reinforcement learning models to both test and refine the misinformation strategies on the fly.
So, how do we counter this? The UK needs to deploy real-time, AI-driven misinformation detection systems. AI-powered fact-checking platforms, such as Microsoft's Video Authenticator and Google's Assembler, use deep learning to detect manipulated content. These systems, combined with blockchain verification for digital content authenticity, could provide an essential layer of defense.
Governments need to collaborate with major technology firms to build AI-driven misinformation countermeasures into the social media algorithms. Machine learning classifiers trained to detect patterns of coordinated, inauthentic behavior can flag and suppress AI-generated misinformation before it even reaches the mass audiences.
That brings us to our key question. How does the UK defend against AI-driven cyber and information warfare? It's got to be used as a defense tool, not just an offensive one. The UK needs to prioritise AI-driven cybersecurity and intelligence gathering capabilities to detect, counteract and neutralise adversarial AI operations before they can cause harm.
You're right. I mean, collaboration's key with this. The UK must develop AI-driven cybersecurity alliances with NATO and allied nations to enhance the collective digital resilience. Intelligence sharing initiatives and AI enhanced defense networks will be critical to protecting national infrastructure. Cyber threat intelligence, platforms that use federated learning models, can help NATO members share real time threat data while preserving those all important national security protocols.
I think it also needs investment in AI research, um, adversarial machine learning, and maybe explainable AI for decision making, XAI, in cybersecurity operations, I think will be critical. AI ethics frameworks need to be implemented as well. We need to ensure that the development and the deployment of AI in defense is aligned with human oversight and also accountability.
Yeah, the battle for cybersecurity and information integrity is ongoing. The UK must take decisive steps to ensure it remains at the cutting edge of AI-driven defense strategies. This is not just about protecting the infrastructure, it's about safeguarding national security in this artificial intelligence era that we're in.
So let's move on to the ethical dilemmas that AI-driven warfare presents. Although artificial intelligence is revolutionizing modern military operations, it also poses profound ethical and legal challenges. The core question that we need to address is this: should AI be permitted to make decisions on the battlefield? And if so, under what conditions can we assure accountability and adherence to international humanitarian law? This discussion is crucial, as failure to establish stringent ethical and regulatory frameworks could lead us into an era where human agency is diminished in combat decision making.
You're absolutely right. AI in defense is evolving so rapidly, and it enables things like autonomous drones, AI-powered surveillance systems, and algorithmic warfare. The ability of AI to process massive data sets at unprecedented speeds means militaries can identify threats, assess risks, deploy responses much faster than the human decision makers. However, this speed introduces risk, particularly when AI systems operate in unpredictable environments. One example is the Turkish Cargo 2 drone incident in Libya, where reports suggest that an autonomous drone engaged in a target without direct human oversight. This event raises troubling questions. Are we prepared for an era where autonomous weapons systems execute strikes without real-time human intervention? How do we regulate AI to ensure compliance with the laws of armed conflict while leveraging its operational advantages?
The crux of the issue lies in accountability. When an AI system makes a mistake, whether due to algorithmic bias, sensor errors, or adversarial manipulation, who bears the responsibility? The software developers who trained the system, the military operator who deployed it, or the commanding officer who authorized its use? Without clear accountability structures, we risk entering a legal and ethical grey zone where responsibility is diffused and justice remains elusive. The UK and NATO have long advocated for a human-in-the-loop principle. This would ensure that AI is only an assistive tool rather than a final decision maker. However, some nations are investing in fully autonomous lethal drones, accelerating an AI arms race with minimal ethical oversight.
And that race could have severe consequences. If AI lacks robust safeguards, biased data sets could lead to wrongful engagements. We know that AI systems learn from historical data, but if that data is flawed, whether due to incomplete records or inherent biases, as you say, or adversarial inputs, AI decision making could become dangerously unreliable. Now, this is especially concerning for AI in surveillance and targeting systems, where small biases can have catastrophic real world implications. One documented issue is in facial recognition technology, which has been shown to misidentify individuals at a higher rate for certain demographic groups. If AI driven targeting systems are built on flawed recognition models, we could see an increase in wrongful target identifications, leading to violations of international law.
Yes, and the Geneva Convention requires military forces to distinguish between combatants and civilians and to ensure proportionality in the use of force. AI, by design, lacks human judgment. lacks contextual understanding and moral reasoning. While it can process patterns and probabilities, it cannot comprehend the nuanced ethical considerations that govern human decision-making in warfare. This raises a question. Can AI be programmed with an ethical framework robust enough to meet legal standards? And if not, how can we create fail-safes to prevent unlawful engagements?
Yeah, this challenge is immense. AI can be programmed to recognize certain battlefield parameters, but its ability to adapt in dynamic and conflict level environments remains questionable. In many cases, AI systems rely on probability driven assessments rather than clear cut determinations. What this means then is that even if an AI system assigns a high probability to a given target being hostile, there remains a margin of error. And unlike human soldiers, AI lacks the ability to apply discretion, intuition, and battlefield judgment. This is why explainability and transparency in AI models are crucial. Military leaders must understand why an AI made a particular decision before it acted on it.
And that brings us to the black box problem. Many advanced AI models, particularly deep learning systems, operate as opaque decision-making engines. Even their own developers may struggle to interpret their internal processes. This lack of explainability undermines trust, accountability, and oversight. If a military commander cannot determine why an AI selected a particular target, how can they ensure compliance with ethical and legal standards? This is why NATO's AI principles emphasize the need for explainability and traceability in AI development. Without these, we risk deploying systems whose decision-making processes are too complex to audit effectively.
One approach is rigorous bias auditing and continuous AI training on diverse representative datasets, ensuring that AI systems undergo regular testing in more real-world conditions. Well, that can help mitigate this bias and also enhance the reliability. The UK's Defence AI strategy emphasises transparency in military AI applications, requiring detailed documentation of an AI decision-making processes. The EU AI Act classifies military AI as a high-risk category, which mandates strict oversight mechanisms. These efforts are essential, but enforcement always remains a bit of a challenge, particularly in a global conflicts where maybe AI-driven warfare is likely to be used asymmetrically.
International collaboration can help with this. NATO is leading the way with its AI test centres, which aim to develop shared best practices for responsible AI deployment. However, global AI governance remains fragmented. While the United Nations has called for legally binding agreements on autonomous weapons, achieving consensuses has been difficult due to differing national interests. Developing global AI treaties akin to nuclear non-proliferation agreements could be a way forwards, but it requires diplomatic leadership and collective commitment.
We should also consider the non-lethal applications of AI in defense. AI-driven logistics optimization, for example, or cybersecurity enhancements and intelligence analysis can significantly improve operational efficiency without introducing lethal risks. If AI development focuses on augmenting human capabilities, so supporting it, assisting it, rather than replacing human decision makers, we can then harness its benefits while mitigating these ethical pitfalls.
That's a crucial distinction. AI has the potential to make defense operations more efficient, but ethical risks must be addressed with transparency, oversight, and human control. As AI continues to advance, it's our responsibility to ensure that it is deployed responsibly. The future of AI in warfare is it's not just a technological issue, it's a moral imperative. So let's move on to the AI arms race between nations. The AI arms race, it's not a distant concern. It's unfolding now. It's shaping global security in real time. Nations are accelerating their adoption of AI-driven defense technologies, each seeking to establish dominance in autonomous warfare, cyber operations, and intelligence gathering.
Hypersonic missiles with enhanced maneuverability to autonomous drone swarms operating in contested airspaces. Leading powers are embedding AI into their military capabilities at pace. The geopolitical implications are vast, affecting everything from strategic deterrence to alliance dynamics and, well, even economic power shifts. The question isn't whether AI will shape defense, it's how we navigate its risks and opportunities while maintaining strategic stability.
Mm. Exactly. Let's look at the AI strategies of some global superpowers, the implications for the UK and NATO, and how leaders in defence can prepare for the AI-driven battlefield of tomorrow.
Okay, let's start with China. Their new generation artificial intelligence development plan lays out the intent to be the world leader in AI by 2030. They are heavily investing in AI-powered hypersonic missiles like the DF-ZF, which leverages machine learning for real-time trajectory adjustments. This enables a missile to alter its flight path mid-course, make it exceptionally difficult to intercept with conventional missile defense systems.
As well as missiles, China's autonomous drone technology could reshape warfare. The Winglong 2 and the GJ2 drones use AI for real-time data analysis, object recognition, and adaptive flight patterns. These systems can operate in coordinated swarms, using AI algorithms to assess and engage targets autonomously. Additionally, China's AI-driven intelligence capabilities leverage vast surveillance networks, including AI-enhanced satellite imagery processing and facial recognition databases, capable of tracking military personnel and assets worldwide.
Then we have Russia, whose approach is much more asymmetric. AI-driven cyber warfare is a cornerstone of their strategy. Look at the NotPetya attack, which disrupted global networks and caused billions in damages. Russia's AI-powered electronic warfare systems, such as the Krashuka 4, are designed to jam enemy radar, GPS signals, and battlefield communications. AI-enhanced cyber intrusion tools, like those used in the SolarWinds attack, demonstrate their ability to exploit vulnerabilities at scale.
Let's take a quick look at the US as well. In the United States, Project Maven, the JADC2, and AI-driven swarming drone technologies all illustrate their commitments to maintaining strategic dominance. The US is embedding AI across logistics, cybersecurity, and battlefield decision-making, with an emphasis on human AI teaming to enhance command and control capabilities. Swarm technologies, such as the Perdix microdrones, use AI coordination to overwhelm the enemy air defenses, while AI-assisted target recognition in the F-35 fighter jet enhances real-time threat assessment and response.
So let's look at the UK and NATO response. Given this global competition, where does the UK stand? Our defense AI strategy prioritizes responsible AI adoption, but are we moving fast enough to stay competitive? The UK has announced investments in AI-driven reconnaissance, cybersecurity, and autonomous combat systems, but we lack the scale of investment we see in US and China.
That's not to say the UK hasn't made strides. It has, particularly in AI integration with NATO. The revised NATO AI strategy in 2024 focused on interoperability, adversarial threat mitigation, and AI talent development. However, the UK still does face challenges: data readiness, ethical AI governance, and ensuring our AI capabilities remain sovereign. AI ethics remain a concern, with NATO emphasizing transparency and accountability in the AI decision-making process.
Yeah, totally. There's also NATO's focus on responsible AI use as well. Lawfulness, explainability, bias mitigation, as we mentioned already. But as AI-driven threats evolve, we also need to balance ethics with operational necessity. In AI-powered battlefield logistics and automated decision support systems, introduce new challenges in command authority and liability.
And that's a key challenge. Maintaining strategic advantage while upholding ethical and legal standards. This is where collaborations such as AUKUS and Diana come into play. These partnerships focus on joint AI research, interoperability, and AI-enhanced wargaming simulations to prepare for these next-gen conflicts.
Let's talk about the risks then. AI-enhanced terrorism, autonomous weapons proliferation, and the AI-driven cyber warfare that we've been speaking about are growing threats. AI-enabled misinformation campaigns, again, are already influencing geopolitics. AI-generated deepfakes can fabricate diplomatic statements, manipulate public sentiment, and create a false intelligence, undermining strategic decision-making.
The rise of lethal autonomous weapon systems, or laws, raises serious questions. Without meaningful human oversight, how do we ensure accountability in AI-driven warfare? The debate around human in the loop versus human out of the loop decision making is ongoing, with legal scholars arguing that full autonomy in weapon systems could violate international humanitarian law.
The UN has also been advocating for these regulations, but as always, progress has been slow. Meanwhile, private corporations are playing a much bigger role in AI defense capabilities, which introduces governance challenges. Major defense contractors are developing proprietary AI models, and that raises concerns about transparency and accountability in the military AI procurement space.
Absolutely. I mean, the privatization of military AI means regulatory gaps could lead to security risks. This is why frameworks like the EU AI Act and NATO's AI governance principles are critical. But will they be enough to ensure compliance across all of these stakeholders?
So, well, what's the path forward? Increased investment in AI R&D, stronger NATO collaboration, and more robust AI governance are non-negotiables. They're table stakes. The UK must accelerate AI adoption in defence, focusing on developing sovereign AI capabilities rather than simply relying solely on allied technologies.
Yeah, agreed. But we also need an AI-ready workforce. Training defence personnel to understand and operate AI-driven systems is just as critical as the technology itself. AI wargaming, scenario-based training, and real-time AI-assisted battlefield simulations must become standard practice.
And cybersecurity must be prioritized. AI is both an asset and a vulnerability, right? So strengthening our AI supply chain security is also crucial to mitigating those bad actors manipulating our systems. NATO must establish joint AI cyber defense initiatives to counter AI enhanced cyber threats. So we've had a good chat today. Here are some of our key takeaways from the conversation. AI is now a key component of modern warfare. It influences cyber defense, intelligence gathering, information manipulation, and the UK must integrate AI at scale to maintain that strategic advantage.
Cybersecurity must evolve with AI-driven threats. The traditional defense mechanisms are too slow to counter AI-powered cyber attacks. Proactive, autonomous, AI-driven defenses are essential.
Is a growing national security risk as deepfakes and AI-generated disinformation campaigns are being used to influence public opinion and destabilize governments.
International collaboration is crucial. The UK must work with NATO, allied nations, and the private sector to enhance AI-driven cybersecurity, intelligence sharing, and defense strategies.
Ethical AI deployment is a non-negotiable. Explainability, accountability, and human oversight must be embedded into military AI systems to ensure compliance with international law and ethical standards.
Investment in AI talent and infrastructure is critical. The UK needs an AI-ready workforce, AI governance frameworks, and a robust R&D to lead in AI-driven defence technologies.
And finally, failure to act now will give away the AI superiority to bad actors, which will increase the risk of cyber attacks and misinformation warfare and the loss of control in autonomous weapon systems. Strategic action is an imperative that we can't leave behind.
So, in conclusion, the battlefield of the future is digital, and artificial intelligence is already reshaping the nature of warfare. From AI-powered cyber defense to information warfare and autonomous weapons, the UK has to act decisively to remain ahead of adversarial threats. AI is a tool for efficiency, but it's a strategic necessity that will define national security in the years to come.
To maintain its defensive edge, the UK must strengthen AI-driven cybersecurity. We must invest in real-time misinformation detection and enhance collaboration with NATO and our allied nations. At the same time, ethical oversight, explainability, and accountability must remain at the core of AI's military application. This is to prevent unintended consequences and ensure compliance with international law.
The time to act is now. As bad actors continue to weaponize AI, the UK has to accelerate its adoption of responsible AI technologies, build an AI-ready workforce, and shape global norms for military AI governance. The future of warfare won't wait. Securing AI dominance today will determine national security tomorrow.
Thanks, Adam. And that concludes our talk today. Thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoyed being able to share some of our insights. If you want to hear more or find out more detail about the white papers that helped inform our talk today, please do visit our website, taurus.consulting. For now, I'm John Spruce.
And I'm Adam Scoot.
Thank you so much. See you next time.